Hi there and welcome to our next video on some exam questions to do with types of numbers and BIDMAS. In this video we're going to be looking at how you can achieve the best possible marks on exam questions to do with this topic. So let's get started. So some starter questions, quick fire, are here. So we have 6 plus 6 divided by 3. Always remember the BIDMAS rule. We have BIDMAS and then we have to divide first before we can add. So 6 divided by 3 gives us 2, add 6 to it gives us 8, and that will give us 1 mark. Next question, we need to do our brackets and multiply before we can add. So 5 subtract 1 gives us 4, times by 3 equals 12, add 8 equals 20. So our answer would be 20. Next question, we have to multiply and divide before we can add. So let's split this up. 20 divided by 2 gives us 10. 9 times 2 gives us 18. The add sign in the middle, we have to add it. 18 plus 10 gives us 28. And that's our final answer. And those were some quick fire practice questions for you. Now, put brackets into the following statements to make them true. So we need to put a pair of brackets or more than one pair in this equation to make the equation true. So the best way to work with this would be trial and error. So let's work with from left to right. So 6 times 7, no. 7 plus 3, yes, that would work, because if you have 7 plus 3 in the middle, this would total to 10, and then we can times it by 6 equals 60, and then we can minus 8 of it, which would give us 52. Another thing I will say, in the middle, if you have whatever operation sign, and on the two sides you have the opposite operation sign. For example, over here we have the plus sign and over here we have the subtract sign. This means that you can put two pairs of brackets, one over here and one over here. And if we had maybe the add sign in the middle and we had multiply over here and divide over here, we can also do the same, because those two signs are opposite signs and the sign in the middle are holding them together. So over here we would have 7 multiplied by 6, which would give us 42, and that would give us 1 mark. Okay, next questions, we have to solve the following. So let's write our BIDMAS again. We have BIDMAS. We need to do our brackets first. 8 divided by 4 gives us 2. Then we have to square our answer. Square it, this gives us 4, and now we have 7 multiplied by 4, which would give us 28, and that would be 2 marks. Now we have to solve this equation. So let's work from top to bottom. So our first step would be to do the top, which is 3 minus 18 divided by 6 to squared. So let's work this out first. Brackets first. 3 squared equals 9, and then we would have 3 subtract 9, which would give us minus 6. So at the top we have an answer of minus 6, and at the bottom we just have minus 2. Whenever we have two negatives together, this would always give us a positive outcome, so the negatives just cancel out. We have a negative at the top and a negative at the bottom, so they just cancel out. So now we're left with 6 divided by 2. 6 divided by 2 gives us an answer of 3, and that will be our final answer and will give us 2 marks. Okay, John has a weekend job working in the garden. One weekend he works 8 hours on one job. If he charges an initial £10 for the job and £8 for each hour of work, how much does John earn? So John has a weekend job, we know that, and for 1 hour of work he charges £8. So he works 8 hours. So let's do that. 8 hours, he would get £64. But now he has an initial £10. So what we would do, we would add 10 onto that, which would give us an answer of £74. Now we found out an answer, but how would we do this in equation form? So we have an initial £10. So let's just write that down here. And now whatever money we earn, we have to add it onto the £10. And he works 8 hours, and £8 an hour. So we would put in brackets 8 multiplied by 8, signaling the hours he works and the money he earns for each hour. This would give us the same £74 answer. So if you were to work this out, you would use this equation. Okay, now our final question. Bill says that in order to figure out what 5 more than 6 times a number is, you need to multiply first. Imran says that is wrong and you have to add first. You have to say who is correct. So let's think of this. 5 more, so to figure out 5 more than 6 times a number, well, this is what we need to pay attention to. So 5 more, 5 plus, then 6 times a number, we'll name the number x. So this number is x. So we need to find out 5 more than 6 times a number. You need to get your answer. So how would you work that out? So if you have 5 more than 6 times the number, you are finding 6 times the number first, then you're adding 5 onto it. And according to this BIDMAS rule, you need to multiply before you can add. So you would have to multiply first. So it would be 5 plus, you can either write it like this, 6x. So you would do multiplication first. So who says you need to multiply first? Bill says it. So Bill is correct in this case. And that is it for this video. Thanks for watching. I hope you liked it. And one last thing, please subscribe, hit the like button and the notification bell.